All by myself, I walked into an ancient Chinese village known as a ghost village. What would I encounter during this day? There are no ghosts here like the legends say, but many houses have been empty for a long time. It is hard to see any young people on the streets. Most of the people left in the village are elderly residents and dogs.
Hi everyone, I'm Wei. I want to show you a special village. There is a tree there. It is over 1,000 years old. Come on with me, let's go.
As soon as I reached the entrance, I met an 81-year-old grandfather. He was sitting among several other elderly people. He looked very energetic, even more energetic than my grandma. But he came over and started chatting with me on his own. According to this grandfather, this place has a history of about 3,000 years. The whole village is shaped like a scorpion. It used to be a very lively place, with lots of people around. But now, when you stand on the street, you can barely see anyone. Most young people have gone elsewhere to work, so they can earn money and support their families. Some of them have even bought houses outside the village. This reminded me of my past. I used to work with cryptocurrency in a big city. I thought I would make some money and then come back to spend time with my wife and daughter. But that day always seemed so far away. So in the end, I simply quit my job and returned to my hometown, a small village in Jincheng, Shaanxi. I am 32 now, and I don't have a job at the moment. In China, for ordinary people around my age, finding a job can be very difficult. That is one of the reasons I decided to document and share my everyday life. In China, when large numbers of people move away, many houses are left empty for years. Villages where the ancient buildings and old houses are still well preserved are often called ghost villages. This little shop looks like it has been open for many years. It has pretty much everything: cigarettes, alcohol, drinks, snacks, fabric, and shoes. All these odds and ends are more than enough for the elderly people's daily needs. Apart from the added option of QR code payments, everything else is still just like I remember it. The layout of the shop and the cabinets used to display the goods look exactly like the supply and marketing cooperatives from more than 20 years ago. There are little dogs all over the village. They are very well behaved and don't bark loudly at you. The elderly people here really like keeping dogs. On one hand, the dogs can guard their homes, On the other hand, when their children aren't around, the dogs can keep them company. The elderly people in the village often gather without their children around. They just sit together and chat, making their days feel a little less lonely.
或者不知道那大树一会儿，大枪呢这里。
It is quite rare to see an elderly person playing on a swing with a grandchild. Maybe it is because it is summer vacation. Quite a few children may have been sent back to the village. Their parents are busy working, so they can only send the children back for their grandparents to look after. This temple is called Dai Temple. It is the oldest ancient building in the village. According to the local villagers, it was probably built during the Northern Song dynasty. That means it is more than 1,000 years old. It is hard to imagine that it could still be preserved so completely. These two cute stone lions at the entrance are missing their forearms. You may not know what they symbolize, but their story goes a long way back. The stone lion on the right has one paw resting on an embroidered ball. This symbolizes a stable country. The lion on the left is carrying a smaller lion on its back. This symbolizes the continuation of the family line. But both lions were damaged during a certain historical period. Their forearms are no longer complete. Yet they are still standing here, supported by their hind legs and their overall center of gravity. There is a pond here that the locals call the fish marsh. On the north side is a stone carved dragon's head. On the south side is a stone carved tiger's head. There is a saying passed down in the village. If the water reaches the dragon's head, it will be a year of flooding. If the tiger's head is exposed, it will be a year of drought. If the dragon's head isn't submerged, and the tiger's head isn't exposed, the weather will be favorable that year. This was basically an ancient weather forecast. You really have to marvel at the wisdom of the people in the past.
就是其实就是那个谢武的这个地方，就是风水好，左青龙，右白虎，就是有贴药吧，就是特别得贴补了。对，所以说他说那你们为什么
There are also two unusual looking ancient cypress trees here. They split apart from the roots and look like the Chinese character for person. The locals call them ren-shaped cypress trees. They are also known as the husband and wife trees.
哎，这是业余呢。
进去来吧，咱们进去看一下，这个弄。
好了。
Let's walk into the main hall of Dai Temple. The hall is dedicated to the Dongyu Emperor. I wish everyone watching this screen safety and good health. That everything goes as you hope. That your life keeps getting better. And that you always have a warm place to call your own. This is the village's daytime care center for the elderly. The kitchen in the back happens to be preparing lunch right now. This is a local daytime service center for elderly people in rural areas. During the day, they can come here to eat and rest, and chat with other elderly people. According to the local pricing, the center provides 2 meals a day. People under 80 pay 5 yuan a day. People over 80 pay 3 yuan a day.
哎，饭看着不错呀。
要么
离啥上了？
好像不错，要么
哦。等等。
娃是80了，还不到81了，娃是我亏一天两个，
一天我亏，
一天我
80一种便宜，
那是3回，
两天是3亏，
一天3块，一
天
天
天早一天是7亏，
一天3方饭。
But this is not a nursing home. The elderly still return to their own homes at night. For many elderly people, this place is more like a connection between home and society. Their children may not be nearby, but at least they still have somewhere to go, food to eat, and familiar people to meet, as fewer and fewer young people stay in the village. The way elderly care works here is also changing. In the past, people mainly relied on their children. Now, besides family support, the government and the local public services also need to help fill the gap. After walking through the village, I finally realized that a so-called ghost village doesn't really mean there is no life here. It simply means that the young people who once lived here are slowly leaving to earn money and support their families. Actually, I used to be one of them. I went to a big city to make money, always thinking I would come back later to spend time with my family. But later, I came to understand that money can be earned slowly. Your wife, daughter, and parents, however, will not stay in the same place waiting for you forever. So what I saw today was not only an ancient village that is gradually becoming quieter. It also helped me understand even more clearly why I chose to return to my hometown. If you enjoy this kind of honest look at rural life in China, please subscribe to my channel. I am Wei. Thanks for watching. See you next time.